is John the Watch Concierge, and today I'm going to be doing a review of my Steinhart watch Ocean One GMT, which is a great watch for under $800, so I definitely recommend getting one of these because the quality on it is just fantastic. It's a German brand, but it is Swiss made. All their watches are Swiss made, and they're all relatively affordable. They range anywhere from 450 euros to up to 1,000 or more, depending on the model and the quality and the movement and everything. But the quality is about the same probably for most of their watches, but I'm sure maybe there's more attention to details on the ones that are probably above $1,000. I'm sure they probably have some that maybe go for 2,000 or so, but most of them are around 700 to 900 euros or so, and they're just really good watches and really good for those of you that, of course, like the Rolex design or the dive watches or pilot watches, and you can't afford like an IWC or a Tudor or a Rolex, and so you can go for something like this, which has kind of like that Tudor Rolex style design, and they have a lot of homages, and it's really a great watch to have if you're into that kind of style. And this has got a fantastic 300 meters water resistance, so it's a proper dive watch. And what else? Let me just go over actually this box here. So this is what you get with this lovely watch. So you get this box, and then you get the case, which is very nice. I like this kind of strap thing here. It's pretty cool and very nice and safe and protected. And yeah, you get this tag right here, the links that I took off, and then you also get the guarantee and stamped and signed here, September of 2022, so it's been a little more than a year actually. Basically 2 years since I got this watch, just haven't really used it. So it's got the ETA 2893-2, which is the equivalent is the SW330. So it's got a Solida SW330, which is the equivalent of this ETA movement here. And yeah, Ocean One GMT, two-tone black and white, and it's got all the instructions in here. And you also get a little thank you card by Roxana I was prepared for, so that's nice that they have this extra attention to the packaging and everything. So now we can start talking about the watch here. So this is, as you can see, a beautiful black, rose gold, and white combination here. And they had the other version, which I was kind of leaning towards a little bit more, but in the end it turned out it was sold out. So then I just ended up going with this one because it was my second favorite. But turns out I think this is actually the better choice anyways, because I have a lot of blue watches anyways, so I think the white dial with this black and rose gold combination here is really a good choice. And they have other versions available with other dial colors and other bezel colors, but I think this one is definitely my favorite, and I probably wouldn't change this for the other one if you offered it to me now. And this is a 42 millimeters case size with a 13.5 millimeters case thickness, so it's a little bit chunky, but fits rather well, even though it does have these kind of lugs where it does extend out a bit, but they aren't super long lugs. I mean, they're not the shortest, but they also aren't the longest lugs out there. So 42 millimeters, maybe if it was 44, this would be pushing it with the type of lugs that you get, because you can see these lugs don't really curve down that much compared to a lot of other watches of similar style. And most watches of similar style, at least from like Pagani Design and those brands from AliExpress at least, the lugs tend to be a little bit shorter and they also go down a little bit more, whereas this one kind of just extends out, but still fits rather nice on the wrist and doesn't seem to be too big. And I think it, you know, it fits, doesn't kind of come out that much or anything, so I think this is doable. And I've been lowering my favorability in terms of the size of the case, because 44 is already pretty big. But like I said, it depends on sometimes the lugs and the style of the watch. Sometimes also the thickness plays a big part into it. So sometimes thinner watches, really thin watches, but maybe with a bigger case size, sometimes still have a good fitting to it. So, but it's usually very rare to find a case size of 44 millimeters or so with like a 9 millimeters case thickness. So it's typically around, you know, this size, 42 millimeters with a 12 millimeter case thickness, but this is a little bit thicker at 13.5. But yeah, like I said, still fits rather nice. And it's got sapphire crystal with double AR coating on it, and it does a pretty good job, I would say, compared to a lot of other watches that have AR coating, and it just kind of still remains very reflective. Has the Elaboré SW330, as I mentioned before. So this is what it looks like here. You have that kind of logo, or the crown, the Steinhart crown that you have from their logo there on the rotor. And yeah, it's a very simple movement, nothing super decorated here, but you do get this exhibition display case back, and you can see there 1,000 feet, 300 meters, water resistance, all engraved there around the glass. Swiss made automatic, stainless steel, sapphire crystal. So the bezel insert is ceramic, and you can usually tell that because of the nice glossy kind of look to it. And the white has like this pearlish kind of off-white color, which is very nice. You also have the rose gold, two-tone rose gold, both on the bracelet as well as here on around the bezel. You got that rose gold going on, and also on the numbers. And really good bracelet as well. You got the logo right there, right on the buckle and the clasp. Very nicely finished clasp as well, with the micro adjust. And yeah, just overall good finishing with this watch. You have a screw-in crown, obviously, due to it being a dive watch, and so you have to have, with a watch like this, you have to have a screw-in crown. And you have the GMT hand right there in red, with a very clean dial. You got the Cyclops, zooms in rather decent on the date, which I would hope to be a little bit bigger, but this is still legible, and you know, it's, I'd say it's pretty good and easy to read. So some people don't like the Cyclops, and so they can obviously take it off, which I won't do, but yeah, just clean this up a little bit more and see if I can show you the bracelet a little bit better. And these links, obviously you have the screw-in links, which helps, makes it a lot easier to take these off and put it on. So case finishing also is very nicely done, although I would prefer the side of the case to be brushed rather than polished, especially because if you're setting your watch down on the side, it tends to get scratched a lot easier with the polished sides. The lugs are brushed on the top and on the bottom as well here. You got the signed crown. The crown also has the crown guards. Do a good job of protecting it there so you don't have a crown like Pagani design diver style watches that they have. Typically they have a bigger crown than the crown guards, and so you still have a risk of bumping the crown and damaging it. Whereas with this, if it's properly protected, it makes it a lot easier for you to have less damages on the crown in case you bump it somewhere. But you got Lume also on the hands as well as on the indices there, right? So just giving you a little quick show of the Lume action here. So you don't have the strongest flashlights, so this is probably not the strongest that it'll be, but as you can see, it's quite clear with the blue BG Super Luminova BG W9, and it's very good lume all around. Though I'd say mostly strongest on the hands compared to the indices. And it'll probably last for a good bit. And that's all I have for you with the Lume. This is a unidirectional bezel. You can see rather stable and there's no backplay on that. Nice sounding clicks. I believe it's a 120 click bezel, so just overall really good watch. Another thing that's nice is that the dial is not so deep, so sometimes with some dive watches you have a lot of space in between the glass and the dial, and so that sometimes can be off-putting to some. Whereas this one, you can see the crystal's all flat and there's not that much space between the dial and the crystal, so it's nice. Doesn't help with when it's really deep, because it just looks like you're looking down into like a big bowl. All right, so thank you very much for watching, guys, and make sure to subscribe, like, check out all the other videos I have on my channel, and feel free to write down any comments, any feedback you have, and anything else you might want to know. And this is just a fantastic watch. Like I said, under $800 you can get this. They still have other versions, not this color though, but other versions that you can get on their website, and it's around 740 euros, which comes out to about $800 or so. And it's just a really good watch. I recommend for anyone looking for anything under $1,000, nice dive watch like this with the snowflake Tudor style hands, as you can see. And yeah, just a great alternative to a Tudor or Rolex dive watch. So thanks again. Feel free to send a message on Instagram, follow me on there. You can also follow me on Watch Crunch, which is an app. If you're not familiar with, you can download the app, check it out on the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store, and you'll definitely see what it's all about. But it's basically a community for watch lovers, so it's all regarding watches. So thanks again, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.